Tomorrow's the big day of our wedding, right? Lol. I'm so looking forward to it.
That's right. Today we still have some preparations to get done before tomorrow. Where'd you end up running off to, Alice? Actually, where even are you right now?
I have a lot of personal things to get done before the wedding yet, lol. A lot of things, right? So, I'll be busy for the rest of the evening, lol.
You say you're busy, but what could be more important than helping me finish our preparations before the wedding tomorrow? Everyone is working hard right now to get the wedding you've dreamed of having ready.
I know that, Steven, lol. I just want to leave all of you guys to do the last of the preparations in case there's some sort of surprise ready tomorrow, lol.
What are you talking about? What kind of surprise do you think you'll get? Are you asking for a surprise from me, or rather that you'll be the one given said surprise?
Well, I'm not going to say anything else, lol. If I say anything now, it might ruin the point of the surprise in the first place, right?
Well, you just saying that there's going to be possibly a surprise sort of already gives it away for me.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, I see what you're doing now. Never mind then. You'll be back by tonight, right?
Huh? Tomorrow's our wedding, right? Today's my final day to be a single woman, so I won't be seeing you again until tomorrow, lol.
Huh? Where are you going to end up staying the night at then? Are you heading back to your parents' house to stay?
That's the plan. This is our last time being single, you and I. So, I think you should go out and have a little fun tonight before you and I are bound together for the rest of our lives, lol.
Tomorrow's going to be a very big day for me, so I don't have anything I want to do right now besides prepare for it. And I think it's best you and I get to sleep early so we're well rested for tomorrow. Really, I'd like it that you came back here to sleep tonight, but...
If I feel like it, I'll come back home, lol. But if not, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I am so looking forward to the wedding, lol.
If you were really looking forward to the wedding as much as you say you are, then I think you'd be here with me helping with the final preparations. Well, it doesn't really matter now. See you later, Alice. I remember you! If you really wanted to have this wedding today, you should have come to me and begged for me to allow it. What are you talking about? What did you think you were doing coming to my wedding today and punching me square in the face? You should remember that I'm Alice's ex-boyfriend, right? You even had my contact information and everything on your phone. So why did you not get my approval before going through all of this? Approval? What kind of approval was I supposed to come and get from you? My approval to allow you to marry my ex-girlfriend? Everyone knows that the ex-boyfriend's approval is the most important thing to have before marrying their ex. Why did you not tell me about any of this before you had your wedding today? It's because of that I had to punch you in the jaw. Do you get me now? This all happened because of you! Alright, how's about you settle down a bit? Well, now that I got a good punch in on you, I'm feeling a lot better. I can even see that the wedding is going to be stopped because of this. But I think I'll let you marry Alice now. Why are you acting as though you have any say over what we do as a couple? And actually, why does it seem as though Alice is all happy about this? She was just as happy when I met with her yesterday. Yesterday? Her and I talked about all night about today, but actually, seeing me come to her wedding and dealing with you has really made her so happy. All because of what I've done. What are you even talking about, though? So you met with her yesterday and talked? Don't tell me that's the reason she's been so busy lately, was because she's been out seeing you? Recently, her and I have been seeing one another quite a lot. I think that she's been pretty nervous about getting married to you. I knew something was going on with her. But now that I've seen her laughing at the fact that her husband just got punched, I think she's really screwed in the head. Well, you should be happy now that I've approved of your wedding. I'm not happy about any of this, actually. You and her both laughing and being all light-spirited over me being assaulted is far from something that makes me happy. Are you guys seriously that messed up? Well, it's no use now. I can tell you're the kind of guy that won't budge no matter what sense I try to talk into you. I'm going to make sure that things are handled appropriately now because of what's happened.
Steven, where did you go? Why is the whole wedding being canceled now?
You're really going to ask me why? Are you telling me you really have no clue why it'd be getting canceled? Did you not even see what you were smiling about just a bit ago when it all unfolded right in front of your eyes?
Wait, well, you already know that I saw all of that go down. But there was no helping that situation, right?
No helping it? What are you saying? You're telling me there's no helping your ex-boyfriend from coming into our wedding and punching me in the face?
Nate told me there was nothing personal in it. He just said that he had to teach you a lesson for acting without talking to him first.
Alice, does this mean that you've been around him too long again, that you've become soft towards him again?
Huh? Lol. That's not at all what's going on. I think the only thing that's happened is that I'm just too attractive of a woman. But it doesn't matter now. You got his approval after having to take a small punch.
I knew it. That's why you were laughing at the sight of me getting punched, huh?
I wasn't laughing because it was funny or anything. I was more surprised by seeing something like that and it made me giggle, lol. I wasn't able to comprehend all of it at first.
I saw you laughing and smile a lot harder than just some small giggle. And I remember you was saying to me like a complete idiot that this was my fault, so I shouldn't fight back.
An idiot? Who are you calling an idiot? I think that my ex had some attachment to me still, and he wasn't going to forgive you just yet for marrying me. But now that he got his one punch in you, he's calmed down, lol. Isn't that great?
I'm not going to forgive either of you for today.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how far you've gone with Nate recently, but I do know that you've been around him quite a bit. I'm leaving this wedding canceled.
Wait, you're actually canceling the whole thing? Why are you saying that?
And of course, I'm going to treat this as though I never even got married to you.
Huh? Steven?
And above all that, I'm going to be handing a victim's report after what's happened, so you two better get prepared. I'm never going to show you any forgiveness for today.
I'm sorry, Steven. Steven, just calm down a little.
Even if you finally started to let it all sink in, you're way too late now. You've already watched as your parents came to me and got on their hands and knees to apologize to me for today, right? What you had done today was so embarrassing that even your parents had to come to apologize for your behavior.
But having this whole wedding get canceled for it is going too far. I understand now that what happened to you was not okay whatsoever. I'm apologizing for what I did, so forgive me.
Forgive you? Huh? I can see that you're beginning to freak out a little, but you are too late to take back what you did to me before. I know now that you've been cheating on me this whole time. So there was no reason for this whole wedding in the first place.
Wait, you're actually saying that you don't want to be married to me? I already thought it was bad enough that you wanted to cancel this wedding, but you can't say that you don't love me anymore.
I know about how you and your ex have been in one another's arms this whole time, Alice. Of course, you can also blame this on what he done and said to me. I'm just glad that I've seen the whole picture now. Not only is this wedding over, but so is the marriage between us. A cheating woman and her violent ex make a great couple after all. So you both go enjoy life together as two of the worst people imaginable.
Don't say things like that. I had planned on ending things with him once you and I got married. So there was no harm in what I've been doing, right?
You think there was no harm in all of that? You're going to make me laugh. It doesn't matter if you meant to hurt me or not now. I was punched in the face right on stage, and you sat there as my bride laughing about it. I never thought that I could be as embarrassed as I was at my own wedding today, but...
I'm so sorry. I really wanted to tell you that I am so sorry. Why are you not able to understand that I feel bad for what happened? Is me sitting here crying for you to forgive me not good enough?
It's too late for you to come to me apologizing over all the pain you've put me through. Don't bother trying to talk to me ever again, okay? Not only am I not going to marry you, I'm not even going to talk or see you anymore. I'll also be getting a settlement from you, so get yourself ready for that. I'm sorry for what happened. I heard about what's happening now from Alice. I didn't mean for things to end up like this after a silly little punch. Really? What do you mean you didn't expect things to end up how they did after assaulting me? That had nothing to do with me actually wanting you both to end the wedding. I thought you both looked great together, actually. Well, why are things seriously ending up this way now? Huh? Why are you telling me all this now? Seems to me that you've noticed no issues with punching me right in the face in front of all the guests today. It's not that there weren't any issues with that. Rather, at the time, I may have been in a panic of sorts. And at the time, I was thinking of what I should do. Well, there was nothing you should have done then. Yet you came into two strangers' weddings and punched the groom in the face. Do you understand what will have to happen now because of that? I'm going to make you pay for your violent behavior. Well, about that, Stephen. Are you really planning to make me pay you back as well? You should know better than to do that to me when I was going to allow you both to get married. Man, the two of you are both full of excuses and talk now that I've gotten you both worked up. I'm sorry that you might have thought that none of what you did today was that bad, but to the victim, I can say that today was one of the worst days of my life. So stop trying to make it seem as though I don't have to get back at you for what happened when I was the one that literally took a punch to my face. I have a pretty badly swollen cheek now. Do you seriously not understand how inappropriate that was? I understand it was not the right choice. But I just thought as Alice's ex, I should do something about you. After all, that's one of the things that Alice really liked about me in the past. Come on now, Nate. You're acting like a character out of some stupid cartoon. Did you think that punching me in the face that you'd look like a hero today, coming to rescue her from me? Well, you should be happy now because of that. Because of your violence towards me, it looks like that you'll be able to get back together with her. Huh. That's not what I wanted from all this, though. What? Didn't she just tell you? We were planning on parting ways after the wedding. And recently, I found myself another girl that turns out to be my type. I just wanted to make a cool scene at your wedding was all. Would you stop screwing around, Nate? You had punched me in the face, leaving my cheek all messed up, and now you're going to say crap like that? And you just assumed that after doing that, you could just run away from her when our wedding was over? Alright, can you tell me the real reason as for why you came up and punched me in the face today? You're saying it wasn't to steal Alice back from me, right? So, why did you do it? I didn't plan on any of that happening, actually. I didn't think that a punch was even hard enough to do any harm to you. I just felt a little bit of pain in my heart thinking that the woman I used to date would be getting married to you over me. My gosh. I don't understand what's even going on through your head, Nate. I just thought that by giving you a small punch, it would get the point across to the both of you and help me feel better about the wedding. I guess that wasn't the right choice, though, then. Whew. Sorry about that. Well, it's too late to apologize now. I have heard and seen enough from you two. I've already called the police, and they're coming to take care of things. And I'm going to get this settlement from the both of you. It's been decided already that you both cannot be forgiven for this. You and that witch are over with. And I think you'll also have to pay me for assaulting me. So be prepared to pay out a very large amount of money. What? What are you talking about? You already called the police? You have to be joking about that one, right? Unlike you and Alice, I'm not the kind of person to take pleasure in messing with others during such a serious time. Why would you ask me such a stupid question as a full-grown adult? I'd never make a joke about this. Why wouldn't I let the police know about how I was assaulted today? You punched me in the face, and now I'm in pain. Hey, wait a second! Call them and tell them to go away. If they come and arrest me, that will make its way to my job, and I'll be in big trouble there as well. I don't want anyone in the office knowing about this. Did you think that by punching me, there would be no consequences for your actions? I already told you what I was thinking when doing it. I just thought it would look cool and it would help me settle down. Well, that kind of thought is pretty messed up for any normal person to be thinking. You and Alice, you're both two peas in a pod. I don't need a wife that's going to laugh at me after getting punched in the face in front of all our guests. And after having her stab me in the back by cheating on me, I'm never forgiving her. Even if we weren't married yet, her and I were still engaged to one another. You are both going to have to pay up for acting like absolute idiots today. And this will make its way to your office. I'll make sure of it. Wait! Stephen, I'm so very sorry for today. I can see now from the bottom of my heart that this was not okay of me. So can you please be considerate of me and call off the police? I know that I screwed up big time, so I'll never come around you and Alice ever again. No, if you want to see her still, then you go ahead. You both have nothing to do with me now. I'm at that point now where once I get my money from you two, I'm clearing any memories I've had of you both and moving on into another life. So go ahead and do whatever you want with her. However, I'm sure after this, your life is going to change as much as mine will. So be ready for her to say she doesn't want you around her anymore. Please, just forgive me! I didn't mean to cause any harm today. I really want you to, and so does Alice, really want you to make up with her. I'm not ever gonna go back to a witch like her. Now goodbye, you screwed up jerk. You're going to learn a great lesson in what happens to those that choose to be violent towards a complete stranger.
After that, the wedding was officially cancelled. The ex-boyfriend Nate was taken into custody by the police, and the news of what had happened went straight to his office, where he was fired on the spot. And that one woman that he had found ended up throwing him away because of that. This was all bound to happen since he had been cheating with Alice that whole time, but now Nate has a grudge against her for letting him be with her behind Stephen's back. Stephen was able to get a large amount of money from Alice in the settlement, as well as make sure she paid for the whole wedding. And now, Stephen has blocked the both of them and is free of their crazy lives. However, both Nate and Alice tried to contact him still, not knowing that he can no longer receive anything they can send. Lol. What a great ending for Stephen.
Melanie, what are you up to today? I'm at your house now, but my son tells me that you're coming home late tonight. Would you please make an effort to come home earlier so that I can see you today? I'm trying to finish up work and I'll be at home as soon as I'm done. Please don't be angry with me. I have to get this done today. Don't use work as an excuse to avoid seeing me. Work is not an excuse, but you have a point. I don't want to see you given the choice. You're always so mean to me. The last time that you came over, you spilled sugar on the floor on purpose. You know how many ants came into our dining room because of that?
Well, it's your fault for not wiping up the floors right away. And how dare you say that I spilled the sugar on purpose? I mean, who does that? My hand slipped, that's all.
I was watching you. You picked up the container of sugar, opened the lid, and spilled the contents onto the floor. Your hand did not slip. I love how you make up such ridiculous excuses. I know that you can be pretty mean to me at times, but I still like you nonetheless. But sometimes you get carried away.
Enough chatting. I need you to come home and make dinner for us. You're not going to make John prepare dinner, are you?
He's more than happy to make dinner tonight. In fact, he offered. It makes sense, too, because I'm still at work.
You don't know how John really feels. You pressure him into doing things. He can't say no to you. Besides, as his wife, isn't it your job to prepare the meals?
What world are you living in? It's completely normal for men to cook. Whoever said that it was a woman's job to prepare all the meals? Besides, men who cook are really popular with the ladies.
That's just what young men are saying because they can't stand up to their girlfriends or wives. What happened to traditional rules like the woman taking care of the house for her husband?
Look, we no longer live in a world where women are expected to stay at home and take care of their houses and their husbands. I'm so glad that the rules for women have changed for the better. John doesn't expect me to do all the housework on my own, so I have time to relax whenever I want to.
I don't know why John chose someone like you to marry. You say that you're busy with work, but how come you have the time to be texting me right now?
I told my boss that my mother-in-law was texting me, so he allowed me to respond, but he's getting impatient with me.
Well, get back to work then. I'm so ashamed to have you as my daughter-in-law.
I don't think that I'm such a bad wife to John. You, on the other hand, you're a terrible mother-in-law. You're always nagging me and trying to make my life miserable. I'm trying to make you happy too, so please don't be so hard on me.
Okay, whatever. I've given up on getting you to prepare dinner for us tonight. I'll make dinner tonight. Are you excited?
Why the sudden change in your mood? I don't get it. John already agreed to make dinner for us, so why don't you let him?
John came home from work tired. I can't ask him to make dinner. I'm nice, so I'll have dinner ready for you too. Once you get home, we can all sit down for dinner.
That sounds nice, but you do know that I'm allergic to wheat, right?
What? I had no idea.
Well, now you know. I'm allergic to wheat, so there are certain foods that I can't eat. I'm sure that I told you about it before.
I thought that you just didn't like wheat. I didn't think that it was an actual food allergy. You shouldn't be so picky about what you want to eat and what you don't.
So you think that I'm lying about my food allergy? Why in the world would I do something like that? I hope that you're not going to force me to eat wheat. That would be crazy, even for you.
Of course I wouldn't do that. I'm not a monster. I know how dangerous food allergies can be. But in your case, it's not an allergy. You just don't like to eat wheat.
You've got it all wrong. I really am allergic to wheat. I have some blood test results if you don't believe me.
And I don't believe you. When are you gonna stop lying about having a food allergy? I've seen a photo of you eating bread.
That bread was made with rice flour, and it doesn't contain any wheat. That's why I was able to eat that bread.
I've never heard of bread without wheat. You must be making this up. And I've seen you eat other things that contain wheat, like fried chicken, for instance.
I substitute rice flour for the wheat flour so that I can eat all those foods. How can you not know this? You've been a housewife for how many years now?
Are you making fun of me? You know what? I'm going to prove to everyone that you're lying about your wheat allergy.
I don't know why this is such a big deal to you. And why can't you be nicer to me? If you don't believe me, please ask John. He knows the truth.
I'm not going to bother John with such a silly question. And I don't want him to know that his wife was lying about her food allergy either. I don't want him doubting you for something so small.
Then why don't you take a look at my blood test results? That will clear up this misunderstanding.
I bet you falsified your blood test results. It's easy to do that nowadays with all the technology that's out there.
But why in the world would I do that? What's in it for me? I really need to get back to work now. My manager is not happy that I've been texting you all this time.
Well, I'm not going to forgive you for deceiving John and I.
None of this is my fault, and I didn't do anything wrong. And I don't enjoy arguing with you either. I wish we got along better. And I know that you spilled milk on me on purpose this morning. Because of it, I was late to work.
Well, you should have given yourself more time to get ready for work. Then you wouldn't have been late over spilled milk. Don't blame everything on me.
Well, you're clearly to blame. This isn't fair to me. And it's natural to want to stay in bed as long as possible. I was really tired, too.
I'll be waiting for you with dinner ready on the table. Come home as soon as you can, okay?
Okay, see you then.
I can't believe that you went as far as calling an ambulance tonight. It looks like you got over your distaste for wheat tonight. You should be grateful to me. How long are you gonna keep ignoring me? I know that you're trying to make a big deal out of this by ignoring me, but it's not working. You're not going to fool me with your lies. The wheat allergy is not the only thing that you lied about. Why did you lie about your allergy in the first place? You were fine when I made you eat a piece of bread.
Melanie is in a coma now because of what you did to her!
What? How did that happen? She was perfectly fine a few hours ago.
What the hell were you thinking? This is not a game! Melanie has a serious food allergy, and you made her eat some bread when I wasn't looking! How could you?
John, what do you mean about Melanie being in a coma? Melanie's just pretending. Don't let her fool you.
Did it look like she was acting to you? Because it sure didn't look that way to me. Now she's in the hospital. This is serious. I told you many times that she had a wheat allergy. Why would you bring over some bread when you knew that?
But I've seen her eating bread before, so I thought that it would be okay. I didn't think that she was actually allergic to wheat.
The bread that Melanie was eating was made with rice flour.
She did mention that to me too, but I thought that she was making it all up.
Melanie is really allergic to wheat. Even a small amount can be lethal to her. I can't believe that you forced her to eat bread with wheat in it. What were you thinking? She's in a coma, and I don't know if she's ever going to wake up. How could you do this to her?
But I didn't. Melanie is always lying, so I assumed that it was another one of her lies. It's not my fault that I didn't believe what she was saying to me.
I know that Melanie makes stupid jokes, like telling us that she came home riding a wild boar, but she would never joke about something like this. She likes to joke around, but that doesn't make her a liar. She's the most honest person I know, and I'm sure that you feel the same way.
Well, she made it difficult for me to differentiate between her jokes and her lies.
There's no point in me wasting my time talking to you. That's not going to make Melanie any better.
John, I'm sorry about what happened to Melanie, but it wasn't my fault. I would never do anything to hurt Melanie intentionally, let alone you.
So, you were doing Melanie a favor when you shoved a piece of bread into her mouth? You make me sick. I'm ashamed to be related to you. I'm going to get back at you for what you did to Melanie. You better watch out!
John, can we please talk about this face to face? I'm really sorry about Melanie. You have to believe me.
Shut up! I'm going to tell the police about what you did to Melanie.
Why would you involve the police? This is a family matter.
Well, I no longer consider you to be my family. Melanie is my only family as far as I'm concerned.
Please don't say that.
If you're still at my house, I want you to leave. I never want to see your face again.
But it's the middle of the night. How am I supposed to get home? And it's not like you to threaten me like this. What's gotten into you?
Do you not understand the seriousness of what you've done to Melanie? You committed attempted murder! And the worst part of it all is that you don't even feel bad about what you've done. All you do is keep making excuses for yourself. Now get out of my house!
But
Melanie, are you feeling better? I'm so relieved that you came out of your coma. I was so worried about you.
I'm fine now. Thank you. I can't believe that I was in a coma for a few days, though. I guess I'm tougher than I look.
I'm so happy that you're back to being your old self.
What happened with your mother?
I'm furious with her, because she doesn't seem to realize the gravity of the situation and what she did to you. She's making up all these excuses to not make herself look bad.
I see. I can imagine her doing that.
Well, we never have to see her again. I told her that I wanted nothing to do with her. I'm really sorry that I let my crazy mother do this to you. You didn't deserve any of it.
You don't need to apologize, Sean. You didn't do anything wrong.
But I should have been the one to stop her. I had no idea that she would do something so terrible to you. I knew that things between the two of you weren't going well. I should have stepped in sooner, and not let this continue for so long.
Don't beat yourself up over this. I know that you did your best to protect me from your mother. I really did want to get along with her. I'm bummed that things didn't turn out well.
Well, I won't ever forgive my mom for what she did to you.
You're absolutely right. She went too far this time and she needs to pay for her actions.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
John, are you really not speaking to me anymore?
Don't text me. I'm sure that my lawyer told you that we only communicate through him.
I don't have a job or a place to live right now, and I could really use your help. I'm staying in a hotel right now, but I'm starting to run out of money. I can only stay for another 2 nights.
By the way, I used to pay for your smartphone bills, but not anymore. You're on your own now.
Oh,
Thanks for reminding me about that. I need to make sure that the company knows to get in touch with you regarding your bill. I wouldn't want to make the mistake of continuing to pay for your bills.
but if I can't afford to pay my bills, they'll stop my phone.
Well, that's not my problem, is it? Do you really need a smartphone, though? No one wants to talk to you anymore.
Please don't be so cruel to me. You're still my son. Please don't be so cold to me. I'll apologize to Melanie again if that's what it takes to get you to forgive me.
Are you sure that you're not just going to make up more excuses as to why this wasn't your fault?
Well,
And if you really feel so bad, you would be on the phone to Melanie right now, apologizing. You know that Melanie recovered from her coma, yet you haven't reached out to her once. I bet that deep down, you blame Melanie for all this. You don't feel bad about what you did to her.
That's not true! You have to believe me!
I have nothing else to say to you. Please, stop texting me. We're going to sue you for what you did to Melanie, so you better start saving up.
I don't have a job! How am I supposed to do that? Do you expect me to borrow money from somewhere?
Yes, I do. I have no pity for you. This is all your fault. Bye now.
Wait! Melanie, it's Miranda. I hope that it's not too late for me to apologize to you about what happened. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
are you texting me because your own son blocked you? I don't want to hear your empty apologies.
I really mean it when I say that I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I just had a hard time opening up to you and being honest with you. I regret the way that I treated you, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry.
I'm sure that your life isn't going to be easy from now on, but you'll pay us the money that you owe us, right? That's the least you can do to show us that you're really sorry.
Melanie, I don't have a job and my family and friends are not speaking to me anymore. Can't you just let this go? I told you how sorry I am.
No, I can't. I'll be waiting for your payments. I've gotta go now. Bye.
I'm in a lot of trouble and I need your help. I went to the hospital yesterday and they told me that I was depressed. I need my family to get through this.
I see. But I don't believe a word that you're telling me. You just want me to pity you.
I can give you the documents from my doctor if you don't believe me.
A doctor's certificate? Isn't that something you could easily falsify using a computer? After John kicked his mother out of the house, Miranda ended up homeless. And she still had to pay an enormous amount of money to me because of what she did to me. She ended up borrowing thousands of dollars in order to pay me. I thought that she would come see John and I to rebut it, but it seemed that she no longer had the energy to fight back. In the end, she moved to the countryside to run away from the loan sharks that were chasing her to pay back the money that she had borrowed. John and I are doing really well. Ever since that incident with his mother, John has been even more careful about the food that I eat so that something like that doesn't ever happen to me again. I can see that he really cares about me a lot,